Bartenders of Reddit. What is the smoothest pickup line you've ever heard? Sort of an anti-pickup line, but I witnessed a drunk girl get decimated at the bar one night. She was hot. And one of those haha you're cute you should buy me a drink type girls. Some dumpy looking dude walks up to the bar and orders a Corona, and she pulls the hole and put a rum and coke on there for me, insinuating that he should buy her next drink. He looked at her casually and says make it a rum and diet, and then just walks away. I was speechless. I'd never seen him before and haven't seen him since. Sometimes I wonder if he ever existed at all. Damn. Sit down. Be humble. Not a good pickup line, but a good pickup line story. There's a classic which is putting an ice cube on the bar, smashing it with your fist, and saying that's the ice broken. Want to get a drink? Well, an awkward friend of mine decided to try it, smashed the ice, and managed to ricochet a piece of it into his own eye before being able to say the line, shouted a profanity and staggered off. The girl was pretty confused. Shy girl regularly comes in with her friend. My coworker and I are pretty chummy with them, so we are chatting all night, letting them try some of the new cocktails/shots our bar is trialing. We give them one particular shot and the friend says she doesn't like it too much and asks if it's the kind of drink my girlfriend likes. I was single. Shy girl picks up her shot, downs it and says yes, it is. Then immediately runs out of the building in shyness. We've been dating almost 6 months now. Bartender here. Best pickup I've ever seen was when a group of 3 dudes college aged were at the bar on my end. They started talking about this girl on the other side who is clearly the hottest girl in the bar. One of them jokingly said to another, if you can get her number without saying a word to her, I'll buy you drinks the rest of the night. The kid who was dead waved me down, asked for a pen and napkin. He walked over and within 10 minutes came back over girl in hand asking his buddy who bet him for 2 patron shots. I asked him what he did and he showed me the napkin with her number. He played hangman on the napkin and spelt out can I have your number? And it actually worked. He and his girl were drinking heavily and for free the rest of the night. He also walked out with her, so I hope he scored. Bartended in college. Guy walked up to a girl at the bar, goes hi my name is Ben, and I'm going to buy you drinks until you find me attractive. Girl smiled and laughed, and he asked what she would like to drink. She looked him over, he was already very attractive, turned to me, and said in that case, I'll have a water. He definitely got it that night. The hi I'm Ben line seems to be working. Saw a dude standing at the bar waiting to order drinks when it was his round and a Britney Spears song comes on. He just happily sings along and wiggles his hips, waiting to order drinks. Wasn't showing off or trying to be funny, just happily doing his thing. The chick next to him was staring the whole time laughing, and when he noticed, he just smiled and nodded and went right back to it. She took the bait and that was that. Mail, not the smoothest line ever, but the best one used on me. I work in a bar/restaurant in San Francisco and these 2 Australian girls came in. One had a boyfriend and she said I plan on getting so drunk that I get carried home tonight. And the single girl turned to me and said, maybe you could help me carry her? Australian girl to me in an SF bar Balboa cafe. Do Americans have premarital sex? Yes. Can we? I met my current girlfriend while working behind a bar. She got way too drunk, so the next time she came up to order a drink I gave her a pint of water and told her she had enough. Her response? Well, if you're not going to give me a drink, at least give me your number. We have a dog now. I like dogs. Well, I'm a bartender, and so far we are closing up. But if you want another drink, I live upstairs has worked exactly 0% of the time. Edit. Thanks guys. Highest rated comment ever is about me not being able to get laid even though I have the perfect setup. Do you actually live upstairs? Because if not, that might be what's holding you back. There is totally a guy living upstairs confused by the number of horny drunk girls showing up at his door asking for a drink at 2 AM. Wow. I need to find an apartment above a bar as soon as possible. I'll even have arrows to my door, so they don't have a hard time finding it. I'm such a nice guy. Bartender slash server here. Buzzed gentleman extends hand to slightly more buzzed woman and asks, "Will you hold this while I step outside?" They come back after sharing a cigarette. Pay the tab. Take a cab together to wherever. Pay the tab. Take a cab. Together to wherever. Poem. A coworker tried to start a game of tic-tac-toe with a pretty girl by drawing an empty board on a napkin and handing her the pen. She just wrote down her phone number. That's adorable, but your username troubles me. Not a pickup line, but the smoothest thing I've seen from behind the mahogany. This guy was hitting on this girl at the end of the bar. She asked him, "You gonna bring me some roses?" And this man took 2 straws, a napkin, and a lighter and ice peep you not made a rose with it. You bet your ass she left with him. Kudos, sir. Like a drunk MacGyver. You better have a nice car. Frantically grabs more napkins. Not so much a pickup line, but I bartend at a big college bar, and when you wordlessly hand your friend a beer, when the bar is swamped, and he just got there, it makes him look that much cooler to whatever girl he's talking to. You don't even have to be friends with a bartender for this to work. Just showing up somewhere and having someone hand you a drink always enhances coolness. I had a group of guys who were all hitting on me, but were very funny and not annoying about it, a true rarity. When they paid one left a few extra bucks after already having tipped me on a napkin with his number saying from the cute one. Then I noticed the one of the other guys left a 20 tip with his number and a note saying from the cuter and smarter one. It cracked me up. The only time I considered reaching out to a customer, because I wanted to say thanks for the laugh. Do you want the best sex of your life tonight? No? Then I'm the guy for you. Do you want the best sex of your life tonight? Hell yeah. Then okay. I guess that still works. Well, keep looking. Don't worry, we'll find that guy for you. But wait, though I made it clear before. Shouts across bar, anyone wanna have the best sex with this lady? I bartend in a pub next to a college campus. I watched a guy say that's interesting or oh, man, that's crazy. For a full hour and a half, before leaving with a girl way out of his league. Fake it till you make it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, that's crazy. This thread makes me realize I've never been hit on, lol. Baby, are you from heaven? Cause you're the only 10 I see. Did it hurt when you fell from Tennessee? Cause I eat ass. Way late to the party, but heard this one while closing down a couple weeks back. Come on, let's go back to my place. I'll make you a quesadilla. This girl had been swatting guys away like flies all night, but that one worked out. Girls like to eat food. Of course. Eureka. Not exactly a pickup line, but really clever / cool way a girl let me know she was interested. I noticed her on the opposite side of the bar and we smiled at each other. I was newly single. She was with a date and obviously bored. Still, she was with a date, and I'm not gonna interrupt and be that kind of douchebag. After a few minutes, I walked around to her side of the bar to head to the bathroom. She stopped me and said, "Here, your pocket square is messed up." She fumbled with it as secretary, said all good, and I moved on to the restroom. I got home later and took my blazer off. Noticed something was off the pocket square. She had stealth stashed a napkin with her name and number. I texted that night and we went out later that week. 11/10 was impressed with the smooth. Oh, great. Now I've got to go and get pocket squares _ I just chew one end of a Pop-Tart until it is perfectly square and put that in my pocket. I work at a bar in Long Beach, New York. Male. A female customer was giving me advice on how to hit on my bartender co-worker female who is a very close friend of mine. She kept feeding me adorable things to say to my friend because she thought we looked cute together. I thanked her and took one step toward my friend, then turned back to her and repeated it all back. She took the bait and it landed me back at her place. Smooth. The woman was probably his coworker's friend. He was the one that got picked up. I was in another country with friends, and I asked the waitress where the best bar in around was. When she started saying, "Oh, it depends on what you like," I asked her which one I'd likely find her at. My friends thought it was very smooth. I guess she did too. Why is friends italicized? He's just bragging about knowing people. Peep yop. A girl once bet that if she could fit an entire one of the cupcakes we sold in her mouth without using her hands, I would have to give it to her for free. She did and I did. I was so impressed. I got her a free drink too. 6 years later, we are still together eating cupcakes and speep. Cupcakes I can understand. But why speep though? Don't kink shame. I'm a bartender. Met my girlfriend when she asked me for 2 shots of a tequila and a Tabasco based shot and then said, "That one is for you." I still think she's very cool. Texas prairie fires. I've had this happen to me before. It's also really fun to buy them for random people at the bar and watch the look of horror on their faces after they take the shot. It's now my go-to if anyone asks me to make them a shot of my choice. I usually don't tell them what they are about to drink. The best bar people are sadists. They are the ones who will help you get seriously out of your skull. Edit. Stray apostrophe. My sister does this with shots of water when someone tells her to surprise them. She'll give them a shot of water. That's just water? Surprise. That will be 8. Not a bartender, but hooked up with one once. It was closing time and she said, "If you don't work here, or banging the staff, time to leave." I leaned over and said, "I guess I'm staying." With the confidence only a recently divorced man could have. It worked, oddly enough. Actually her line worked on you, not the other way around. Oh speep.